service company. And that was dreamed up to just to know that I could buy parts in California at a discount as a dealer. They set it up. I had a lawyer friend of mine who I did some work for, you know. He's all go down, I'll take care of that for you. So I'm registered down at the courthouse as DBA, speed engineering certified. So this is something I come up out of a map. After a while, we had even the engine. And guys were coming along, oh, we could call it the Hottels or something like that. Yeah, they'll call it the Shittenhauser, they'll call it everything else, you know. What they come up with, you know, see? And finally, I said, well, that's Cisco came up with that SES. The first one just had SES on it, speed engineering service. I thought we had the CO on it. It's kind of interesting. Later on, a few years later, an outfit called UAR right down out of Chicago. They were against my motor, and fellow named Kenny Weiland, this fellow Weiland, recently put in business or something for many years, and he had one, and he wouldn't let him run. Well, he said, what is a Cisco? Well, that thing that's made up in Milwaukee by that guy up there, he said, that's a Cisco, you can't run that. So he came to me and he said, wow, he says, how much would it cost to take the SDS on out there and put a Weiland on the side of it? He said, now it's a Weiland, no longer. Now it's no longer illegal. So we started on the process of finding somebody that had no brains up there to figure out this ain't the right way to write a rule. So yeah, that was kind of funny. So we never made a Weiland side.
That's something.
So were there any versions of that, or did it pretty much stay?
Well, that pretty much stayed as it was because of the bore centers and the Chevy and all that, but I didn't make a Ford.
Okay.
It's out there, it's just a Ford, it's out there.
Yep. Was that the next one? This was 60.
Well, this is what happened. Now I had competition. Now once I became successful in the 70s, everybody wanted to get into the racket. Johnny Paul, Bruce Moore, Bob Higman, they're all trying to take Ford 302 blocks and cut them up, make a Cisco out of it. And I said, boy, this isn't a good idea. And then I looked at my setup and I got a little 302 block, and that wasn't no good for this. It was too short. So then I found a Windsor block, a Ford Windsor block made up in Canada. They also at the same time made a Cleveland out of it. They had two engines, a Cleveland motor and a Windsor motor. I took the Windsor motor, but that was the closest to a Chevy, and I started sawing up on that. And I got that to fit within about an 1/8 inch of center distance, but the center distance was off an 1/8 inch off center where it should be, but the engine don't really know that much difference what's going on down there. So I cut that up and I had to drill some holes in my case. And I modified everything. Everything would fit in the old one. Well, if the guy didn't like the Ford, he'd always go back to the Chevy.
Oh, that's great.
See, when they found that out, just wiped out the company, all the two in the corners of this. I don't know, being able to do that. You know, so
That's something.
yeah, so it was strictly a means of getting rid of the competition.
Sure.
That's all it did for me. I never made any money on that darn thing. You can't really make them do all that, but the engine actually would have been successful. But Howard Linney got me a pair of cranks for it. They had a big bore in it. I couldn't live about that, so he wanted a short strokes. We got some cranks made, 3-inch D-stroke Chevy 2 steel crank. The Chevy 2 came out in 1962. He had Ford steel cranks. In 63, they went to cast iron cranks like the rest of the engines. And everybody wanted forged cranks, because it turned out the iron cranks were better. Much better. But anyway, he had these things de-stroked. You cannot de-stroke a crankshaft. You can stroke it, because you're adding to the top of the pin on the outside here. There's no stress out there. When you start welding down in here, you're in the stress where the crank wants to bend. So you're welding down here, you're welding how to fill up the weld metal. And the next thing you know, we were winning there at the fairgrounds in Indianapolis, out in front. 47 laps, boom, crank breaks. 2 inches. 4 laps later, second one break, boom. So that was kind of it. It was a hell of a good big track in, because the driver told me, he said, went down the straightaway kind of and then whoop, went like hell and past everybody the last 200 feet. So it wasn't really the right engine for a midget. And then I changed heads and went to a stock passenger car head. And we parted that out, just the same as a Chevy. And I sold them out east of the car dealers. One at Cisco, we didn't want to have a Chevy there. The garage. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So we had a Cisco Ford for the garage.
So you did the Chevy in '67, the Ford, and when?
That would have been, we started that would have been in 71.
So, but the only difference in that was to basically take care of your customer base, whether they wanted Chevy.
Right, and it also stopped my competitors from trying to build half the Fords instead of half the Chevys.
Okay.
It discouraged them. I don't know, nothing ever happened to any of them. Nobody ever bought anything.
So, how many of the Chevys did you see?
About 250,
So, how many of the Fords did you see?
about 6 or 7. They built 10. Those blocks were cruising around the country for quite a while. I was buying and selling them at a price. But I wanted to get one to make this successful Ford deal here. You know, I couldn't find one anymore. A friend of mine had a Windsor block, and I took the Windsor block and I cut it up and made this model.
Oh, wow.
That block is not to be finished inside. It's kind of, you know, it's good enough to make good shoulders.
Sure.
Put some pistons in it, some rods.
Now I know what to look for at all the swap meets.
So, when you cut a block, in the Chevy blocks, you had a fixture for that?
No. A couple blocks of wood to hold it. Had my partner in crime at that time, he would his job was sawing blocks. I paid him so much a block, saw the block. He would go to the junkyard and get these blocks and tear them apart. That's a big job too, just tear all that shit
Yeah.
apart. Pretty soon we're collecting crankshafts and we got bits of plywood and all this stuff. I saved all the cams for the grinders would want the cams, you know. Didn't happen. Got 100 camshafts out of that. 3 of them were usable. I don't know, always had one little, just too low. After I went to first pass, it's too low. Then I got rid of them. Then I sawed the crankshafts off. I had all those steel cranks. Those early V8s we had, they were all forging. Engine we took the first since they were all forged cranks up until 62.
Yeah.
And those things stacked up, but after a while, I was able to cut the end off and make the crank adapter that goes into the office style box that fits on it. That fit on my crankshaft. The holes are already drilled, I had to open them up, do a little machine work, and get them heat treated. So I could sell a thing for half what everybody else was selling for and make a bunch of money. So we had a couple hundred of those things, cut those up and made them. And everybody else got out of business then. When I ran out, there were no more. See, where were we going to get them? Well, somebody else had to go back in business because I wasn't going to make them. It's a crazy thing.
So, what was the second engine you built? Chevy was first.
Yeah, and the Ford came along, Cisco Ford.
Ford. Okay.
And then I started getting competition with the Volkswagen. They were so light, how they could all handle it. They jumped into the corner right and buck underneath you. Got it going like this, and there comes this little bit, buck underneath, you know. Didn't have the horsepower we had, but we all handled this.
Yeah.
So I got to do something. So that's why I jumped up this. I was trying to build another engine in between, our modular engine, which I had to abandon halfway through it, but maybe I was never going to get it done. And I built this Cisco 2x4. And the only fault that it has is that it has a balancer.
That's the spring. Spot.
No, that's only one of a kind. That was not the split, it's right. The 2x4 came first, and then they tried crucifying that. That one came first. That came after. That's number 3.
Good looking engine.
Yeah, it's a cute little motor. But I
Yeah.
can put it in the car, you know, the whole set out the front nice and clean.
You said the drawback was the flywheel. What got in the way with just the weight?
Well, what happened was we had such a light crank in it, such a short little crank. And we had gears that were inch wide, they were 1,000 horsepower gears, but you couldn't handle 5 horsepower. Because the shock to the crank, it went far bang, 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 and next thing you know, you're breaking the tools off the main drive gear. And that cost me, I had a fortune fixing that problem. And I didn't charge the customers for it. It was probably a mistake. Because in the end, when I finally got the problem solved, we got everybody fixed, I was broke. Didn't have any money to keep going there. And then when we won then I won Terre Haute. Gary Bettenhausen.
Yes.
Yeah, he won that. And then he came down on me. The next day they dropped me by inches, 3 inches, from 151 to 148. When they did that, that's it. You can make a motor 3 inches bigger, but you can't make it 3 inches smaller. So I was spending a lot of money to regrind the crank, business, or board, everything was just bad. And the ring, they can't get the standard ring size to make it smaller and all that shit, so. We ended up making 2 versions of it, and trying to sell them to the customers, they weren't interested anymore. And that same winter, after we won that, they won at the mile, and they also won, Harry Patterson won Turkey Night with California.
Was there any getting around the guys that just love to outlaw?
Well, that's the problem.
You take them out, send them
It's a lot easier to beat them at the boardroom than at the racetrack.
Yeah.
So, it was a bad deal for me in that respect. So I sold the whole thing to Howard Winning and everything. He bought it all and finishes it, all the pennies and all, so I sold him the whole crap for a lot of money and all. But then he made a mistake, he was racer first, he picked up and went to Phoenix for racing. Nobody could buy parts.
Sure.
That really killed them.
So there were 2 versions. What were the 2 differences in the 2 versions?
Well, one was a 3-inch crank, 3 1/4 inch crank, and one was a 4-inch bore, the other was a 3 7/8 bore.
Sure. Was the one's a 3-inch and the other one is a what?
3 1/4.
3/4. Okay.
That was the same as a Chevy 2, or the same as a 327 Chevy crank also.
Yeah.
320 stroke.
So how many of these engines did you sell?
Which one, the 2x4?
Yeah.
Oh, probably about 50 of them, something like that. Some days 60, some, I don't know, I left it all with parts and pieces. I didn't put serial numbers on.
Yeah.
The reason for it is government. Some people just sell for cash. I'll let that now.
Yeah.
This way here, they have no record, they don't know, we got A, B, C, D, we got A and A, and then B, B, but they don't know what the
Yeah. Yeah.
B, B, C, C, whatever.
So